And I'll tell you what, I know how some of those guys recruit too. Go dig into that.
Woo! Oh man, okay, Jimbo. Oh, whoa. We're not gonna let that slide. Oh man, we got some beef in the SEC. And I'm not talking about just any type of beef. I'm talking about beef. I'm talking about a 24-ounce sirloin filet mignon type of beef. Jimbo Fisher, the head coach of Texas A&M football, just openly and blatantly attacked, threw shots, whatever you want to call it, at Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin. People disrespect and throw shots at Lane Kiffin all the time, so that's not a big deal. But when you're coming after the top dog and the greatest of all time, Nick Saban, it is a interesting thing to talk about. I'll put it this way, you don't see too many people calling out Nick Saban. We got a lot to talk about. This is also a double upload. I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you guys. We set a crazy like goal on the last video, and you guys crushed it. I really love you. It may sound corny, but I mean it. And now, without further ado, let's get into it. So earlier today, I'm actually going to react to the video with you guys in just a second. Jimbo Fisher was asked about the NIL and if that had a play in their great and outstanding and legendary recruiting class. And well, let's just say he wasn't too thrilled by the question, and he had a lot to say about it. I'm about to live react to it with you guys, so this is my first time seeing it. Let's get into it. Live reaction Matt in the building. This is my first time seeing this video. I have seen a 15-second snippet of that. Besides that, you're going to get my live and raw reaction. We're going to talk about it. So Clay Travis tweeted out, Jimbo Fisher teed off on Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban, and college football writers. The internet and everyone saying A&M is buying recruits with NIL money. Enjoy. Yeah, let's get into it.
Do you kind of consider it a slap in the face or whatever when there's these thoughts out there that it's because a lot of money is being spent and just your thoughts?
Here's what I'm going to say, and this is point blank. This is point blank to the, because here's my problem. There is no $30 million fund. There is no $5 million. There is no $10 million. This is garbage, okay? And it pisses me off that people, and here it comes from a site called Bro Bible by a guy named Sliced Bread, and everybody runs with it. So it's written on the internet as gospel. How irresponsible is that? I'm going to tell you, there's some very reputable writers in college football and sports that wrote it and have said it and have done things. That's unbelievable to me. When I first heard it, I laughed. I said, oh, yeah, what a clown. I mean, I didn't even think anything of it because I don't have social media. And it kept building, and lately I've heard more about it. To me, it's insulting to the players that we recruited that's why they would come here. You ever been to a game here? You ever come to school here and see the education? You ever talk about the 12th man, the Aggie Network when you're done? There ain't a better university in this country.
Oh, Jimbo Fisher. There's not a better university in the country. What about Alabama? What about the team that stomped you the past 8 times before you miraculously beat them this year, right? And even though you beat Alabama this year, you somehow still find a way to go 8-4 or whatever they finished. How do you have a year where you beat Alabama, but you're still 8-4? Let's continue on. And let's hear them out.
It's insulting to what you say. And all these, and we got writers who have said it and done it off Sliced Bread. A guy named Slice who made it up. Love to see who sliced.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. Sliced Bread. Jimbo Fisher is getting worked up because of a rumor that a troll account that's going by the name Sliced Bread. What do you think the guy that's running that account is doing right now? He's probably seeing all this dying laughing. Jimbo Fisher, man, you got to do better.
Sliced Bread didn't put it out there with Sliced Bread. Let me find out where it comes from. And then to have coaches in our league and across this league to say it, clown acts. All right? Irresponsible as hell.
So that right there, and I'm trying not to pause a lot, but I'm also trying to give you my input. That is what everyone's saying. See, Clay Travis said Jimbo Fisher teed off on Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban. That what he just said, the clown acts, was basically a shot at Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban. That's what everybody's saying.
Multiple coaches in our league. And the guy's griping about NIL, griping about transfer portal, using it the most and bragging about it the most. That's the ironic part. You want character? I'll take it with any of y'all. It's a joke. It does piss me off.
So that right there, he's basically calling out Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin, because he's saying, oh, well, the guy, what just happened to the video? Hold on. My bad. Something happened on my computer. But like I was saying, he is throwing shots at Nick Saban saying, oh, the guy's griping about it most. They're the ones using it. I mean, let's just watch over this clip.
In our league and across this league, say it, clown acts. All right? Irresponsible as hell. Multiple coaches in our league. And the guy's griping about NIL,
right here,
griping about transfer portal, using it the most and bragging about it the most. That's the ironic part. You want character? I'll take it with any of y'all. It's a joke. It does piss me off. The other thing, when you look at vice president, I get another one. Vice president of Notre Dame. Supposed to be a reputable university, right? That's a heck of a person leading a reputable university. I'd be real proud if I hired that guy. Read it off sliced bread. But they say it because it's written on the internet. We worry about the kids and social media and internet. How about grown-ups? How about the guys that are supposed to be setting an example? How about writers who are supposed to be writing the right thing? How about coaches that are supposed to be doing the right thing? And I'll tell you what, I know how some of those guys recruit too. Go dig into that.
Woo! Oh man, okay, Jimbo. Oh, whoa. We're not gonna let that slide, y'all. Hold on.
And I'll tell you what, I know how some of those guys recruit too. Go dig into that.
What do you mean by that? Jimbo, you got some information that we spill the tea, man. You got something we trying to hear? Don't hide nothing. Throw the cards on the table. Okay, that is interesting. Taking some more shots. I am not disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. When somebody sent me this video and was like, "Yo, Matt, he's attacking Nick Saban and all these other coaches," I thought it was, some BS. But no, he is coming full throttle. I like it.
I know the history. I know the tradition. I know things. Trust me, you don't want to go down that avenue. It's ridiculous.
You don't want to go down that avenue, pal. Oh, man.
It's unbelievable.
You're a cornball.
I ain't just talking about one. Multiple people got NIL issues. It's funny, when Nick Saban said his quarterback got an $800,000 deal, it was wonderful. Now it ain't wonderful no more, huh? But ours, we ain't got that. Ours are on record what comes up. We ain't doing all them big deals. There ain't none on our place that we know of. That's funny when you do it. It's hypocrite. And then we gripe about the transfer portal. Then you guys take more than everybody. What's about that? What goes on?
I can only assume he's referring to Alabama and Nick Saban again, because Alabama was the kings and Ole Miss and Alabama, they were the big winners of the transfer portal. So I assume he's also throwing more shots there.
The hypocrisy is a joke. It's an absolute joke, and it's insulting to our staff, how hard we work, to how we do things, and it's insulting to Texas A&M, because there ain't a better place to go to school and play ball. If you don't like it, we're coming on. Get used to it. All right? We ain't going nowhere.
It, pal.
It's an absolute joke that people put the hard work in and do it. It's irresponsible, but it's funny when they get it, it's all okay. Ball games are changing, man. And it ain't because of NIL and what goes on. It's pretty irresponsible of all of them.
Okay, we're about to get back into a live commentary. Man, he's mad. We're back into the commentary. Wow, that's all I know to say. Let's check out some of the comments on it. This person said he literally admitted to it on Feinbaum 3 weeks ago. He admitted that NILs allowed for teams conduct business openly that otherwise would have been done behind closed doors. Another one said, "We're in the age of NIL deals, Jimbo. This rant only makes you look more guilty." Here's my take on the situation, and I really want you to hear me out. Whenever you're having a conversation or talking with somebody, you only get defensive, aggressive, and worked up when you're in the wrong. Come on now, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever we've got caught lying to our parents, we start defending ourselves even more because we try to make it look like we're not guilty. On the flip side, whenever you're right and you know you're not in the wrong, you don't get worked up because there's nothing to get worked up about. So for that reason alone, and the fact he went on a 3-minute rant, it's not looking good. Let me put it this way into a better perspective. Do you think Nick Saban would have ranted about that for 3.5 minutes? No. All he would have said was, "Yo, we didn't do it." And that would have been the end of the story. Do you think somebody who's innocent is going to try to spend almost 4 minutes defending themselves and getting worked up? No, because they know they're innocent. They don't care if you believe them or not. Are we just not going to talk about it and act like it didn't happen? Jimbo Fisher, the head coach at a major D1 university, was getting worked up over a guy that goes by the name of Slice Bread. That would be the equivalent to somebody in my comment section named Slice Bread saying Matt B. Great pays for his subscribers. Imagine a grown man, actually you don't even have to imagine, it happened. A literal grown man is getting worked up under a troll social media account named Slice Bread. And I understand some of you might be making the argument that Jimbo Fisher, he's just trying to clear the air, but you don't even have to do that. It's the exact same thing if you put a cheetah in a race with 9 dogs. It's literally embarrassing for the cheetah to try to even prove himself against dogs. And here's the biggest thing I haven't even brought up. It's legal to pay these recruits, so even if he is doing it, it's not a big deal. That's why I'm concerned as to why he's getting so worked up and why he's even addressing it. He would have been better off answering that question with 5 to 6 words and saying, oh yeah, it's not true, next question. Last but not least, I want to touch on this where he brought up Nick Saban, they're being hypocrites because their quarterbacks and players are getting paid, so why isn't it okay for our players to get paid? And he's acting like it's the same thing when it's not. Here's why it's different. Alabama is always known for getting the #1 recruiting class, and they go 13-1, 14-0, 15-1 every single year. We're used to seeing them do it. Texas A&M, not so much. Texas A&M, outside of not the most recent year, but 2 years ago, have gone 8-4, 8-5, 9-4, something like that every single year. And to go along with that, they never have the #1 recruiting class, and they're not even close to getting it. But then out of nowhere, where once again you have a mediocre season, you get not just the #1 recruiting class, but the best recruiting class of all time. That's why everyone's talking about it, and that's why there's a lot of red flags, because it is a red flag. He's being so naive. He's sitting up there crying saying, oh, well, when Alabama gets the #1 recruiting class, y'all don't say nothing about it. Because, yeah, they're a great program, and they always get the #1 or #2 recruiting class. But when you go from not even in the top 5 to the best recruiting class of all time, it's a major red flag. I'm an SEC fan, and I want to see A&M do good because, hey, I'm glad the #1 recruiting class stayed in the SEC. My biggest thing with this entire mess and drama now is that Jimbo Fisher has got a slight ego because he upset Alabama this year, and you can't tell me I'm wrong. If he didn't beat Alabama and Nick Saban this year, do you really think he'd be throwing these shots? I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he would still be throwing these shots. I just don't believe he would. That's all I gotta say. Let me know your thoughts down below. I am very curious. But with all that being said, it's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a like more. As always, about your peace.